Right guys, Mark Crossfield here. I'm going to talk to you about my 5 top reasons why I see students not improve at this game. Oh, come on, I've practiced all week. Right, I'm just out here practicing my perfect backswing. Just trying to find out which way creates the straightest shots. Now, one of the biggest things I see from students trying to improve, but then in turn not improving, is them trying to hit that perfect backswing position. You see them on the range, clubs down, millions of clubs down sometimes, trying to hit that absolutely perfect position. I get them come for lessons and we stop the video in a certain spot and they say, oh, is that club too far behind me or too far in front of me? You've got to understand, if you are someone who is practicing that perfect takeaway, that perfect backswing, how that affects your impact. I've seen major winners, great golfers. I've seen 28 handicappers, 10 handicappers alike play good golf from here, and from here on the way back. Understand how it relates to your impact position. Don't spend 10 years practicing that perfect takeaway for your handicap never to come down. 10 years sounds like a long time, doesn't it? But I could say people, I know names of people who've been practicing it for that long. Oh, I've just pushed that. It can't be me. I felt like I hit that quite well. I must have to change the shafts out in these clubs. There you go. There's the second reason I see students not improving, peoples. How often do I get students or people coming to me asking for ideas on equipment, where actually when you look at what they bring to the table, there's so much more that they could do within their own game. Now, I'm not saying equipment doesn't help you. It can help you, and you can certainly get some inspiration and some better ball flights and what have you from decent equipment that fits you, and that is the key, making sure you go and get custom fit. But look, how often have you seen this guy? So the KBS Tour C-Taper 130X, I do like that one. I did push that last shot 4 or 5 yards. I think the KBS Tour 90 might just be a fraction better out of those two. Now, I've tried the XP 115, I just snap at that. I can't hit that one, I just can't hit that one. And then the Project X 5.5, not bad, but I just think the C-Taper, I know it's the little heavier one there, the 130X, I like the grey finish on it. So look, the rules in this game dictate, R&A and USGA are open about it. They want the skill to stay within your hands. There's limitations on all the manufacturers of what they can do with equipment. And like I say, equipment can help you, it can inspire you, it can make you see different shapes, it can certainly hit different spins, different launches, those kind of things. But at the end of the day, what you bring to the table is key. So, the beloved draw. There's this real desire amongst golfers to hit this beloved draw shape. Now look, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I hit a little draw myself generally, but it's a shot that I feel comfortable with. I also played a lot of my amateur golf hitting a fade, and I didn't ever try to draw it. I was comfortable hitting a fade with what I was thinking about in my swing at that time. And I think that's the key. I see some students try and hit draws where they look and hit targets so well hitting a fade. Now you look back through history, you've got Jack Nicklaus, best golfer still to ever have lived, hit a fade shot. You've got Colin Montgomerie, one of the most consistent Europeans, hitting only fades, couldn't hit a draw. Getting him to hit a draw would have made him a worse player. So this desire to always find a draw shot, or to think that it is the more kind of desirable shot, which lots do, I think harms lots of golfers rather than just playing to their strengths. How often have I seen this guy in lessons? Right, I'm going to draw this one. I'm fed up of doing those fades on the target. I want 20 more yards and I'm going to draw this. So So play to your strengths. There's no point me entering competitions of hitting the ball over 300 yards in the air. It's not going to happen. That's not my game. It never has been. So I play to my other strengths. I'm going to go more for accuracy. I used to have a short game and would have depended more on that as well. You've got to play to your strengths. That's the key for you improving. Play to your strengths, improve your weaknesses, but not being able to hit a draw consistently might not be the biggest weakness that you've got. Let me know what you think. It's an interesting one, this one, and it trips a lot of people up. So I see a lot of students and golfers at the range practicing perfect. So I've got a bucket of balls here. I'm on this lovely grass outside. I found myself a nice flat lie, and I'm going to hit some shots straight down at that target in the distance, just over and over again. You know, maybe 200 balls, 50 balls, depending on how severe or kind of hardcore of a practicer you are. When you get out on the course, there are some different questions asked. Now, the most common question I get asked to me, it happens weekly, is why do I play so well on the range or hit the ball so well on the range and then struggle on the course? Have you ever thought about this? Right, play well, guys. Have a good game. Oh yeah, I've been hitting balls all week, so I'm feeling quite good about today. Let's have a good game. Take that. Practice paying off. Is it me to play, John? Green's just straight here, isn't it? It's a little above my feet, this one. I haven't been practicing this one. This is... Oh, it's gone a little left. So when you're on the course, how often are you hitting perfect? Probably less than you're having to do something. So if you're lucky enough to get onto a grass range like this, you want to try and get on some different lies. What I would do on this range is I'm going to hit down that straight line. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe hit some, where I try and hit it into the right hand corner of this range. Try not to go into the trees, but as close to the edge as I can. So I'm now practicing aim. I'm practicing treble on the right because I don't want to lose the ball into the trees. That's landing just at the bottom of the slope, which is exactly what I would want. Then I'm going to practice maybe aiming up the left. I'm going to hit maybe a few low ones because there might be some wind around when I play next. So I'm going to hit down the middle, knocking it down. And I also am not afraid to practice a few chip out shots. So 7-iron, middle of the grip, just trying to hit this club ball like 80 yards. That's a shot that will save me. Make birdies or save my par. I've got to practice it. Going on a range and practicing perfect, I see it week in, week out. I think there's quite a strong argument to say that the ranges are the worst places to actually practice your golf. So my fifth reason I see golfers not improve, and it's an interesting one, this one, and I'm part of this problem. And I didn't want to be part of this problem when I started, but I am. It's a modern problem. It's about the amount of info that is readily available, like this video and many others that I do and many others that other people do. And how you interpret that information and then try and apply it to your games. Who has seen this guy? Backswing golf. Oh, I like this guy.
Get the weight turning more down into the right.
Oh yeah, right down, yeah.
Turning your weight right down into the
right down there.
Foot heel, right inside.
Right inside there. I'm going to try that.
Turning down into that position. This will allow you to start turning behind the ball a little bit better, which will allow you to set your wrists on a slightly better angle.
Oh, I need that because my wrists aren't on a good angle. So he's watching every video out there and he's trying to take all this information in, and he sat there going, oh, I'm going to try that and I'm going to try this. Now, I'm all for experimenting. That's a good thing. But be careful. Always try and seek some professional advice. That's what I've said from the start when I started this, and I still say it now. I'm a golf coach. The reason I started doing videos is to try and get people to come and have more lessons. That's where I see the real improvements happening. Think about this. Let's pretend I've got what we call a strong grip. So I see a good 3 to nearly 4 knuckles on my left hand. So it's too far turned over in some people's minds. But I fade the ball. So I hit shots with this strong grip, but I still cut the ball, which is common. I see lots of golfers fading the ball with what is called a strong grip. Now they go and watch that video from me or anyone else that says, I often see people who fade the ball often have a weak grip. They don't see enough knuckles. That person goes and turns their hand over more. Where are they going? They're just going into a very, very strange place where if they came for a lesson, I would say, well, you fussing about your grip in a strong way, considering you're cutting it, might not be the answer. You've got to be careful with this information. Enjoy it. Take it in, learn from it, use some of it, but also seek professional advice. Ask to go and see a pro. I'm thinking of changing this, I'm going to change this. Can you measure me and help me see if this is helping me? I see lots of people out there getting confused. It's great, the information's free, there's lots of great stuff. Just be careful how you consume it. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, all the normal social places. Also, come and visit my new website, markcrossfieldgolf.com. See you over there.